Okay, it looks like this thing is on and ready to go. I'm gonna make a small adjustment there while you guys check in. How's my sound? 5 by 5. Excuse me. Give me a sound check, please. Be super duper. I think that's my video capture device. I don't know which one it's using right now. I'm gonna click on that. I don't know why it's saying that. That's not it. That's not it. Oh, this thing is so fickle sometimes. I don't understand what it's doing. It's saying one thing that it's not. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So I'm trying to shrink my video right now. Video capture device. Let's go with configure video and see if I can just play with some buttons to make it smaller. Play with it and make there we go. Okay, good. There we go. There we go. All right, there we go. I don't know why it's the preview is not working on it for some reason. I'm gonna go with that, and we're gonna pray that that's good enough. Okay, so good to see you guys all here. It looks like Tim first. He first is like, "Wow, oops, I don't like to wait and deal with it." Number two, West Virginia Pappy, you are deterred. We got Rose showing up. We got Andy who is present and on time too. I appreciate you, bro. Doggeball Productions have not seen you in a good while. Good to see you, young lady. Who we got here? We got Rose showing up here. We got Ian showing up. And Deanna showed up too as well. All right, Dynamite. What's this thing say I've got like in here right now? Okay, so we got 10 people in here. Hopefully we'll get more. So the the thumbnail and the video description or yeah, I guess video title were not for drama. I'm seeing a lot of people. First and foremost, it was what is it? Not my muse. The idea came from looking. I was watching the Angry Prepper this morning, and I was a little taken aback by the thumbnail that he used. I thought it was a little crazy at the verbiage, so I kind of stole some of that. But I did that because there's nobody that's out there actually talking about how we can like first of all with AI. What are the targets? What jobs is it going to eliminate? Everybody's like blah 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 blah. They're not actually like doing any of the research and then telling you guys like the things that the AI is likely to replace. Then they're not telling you how to mitigate this. Okay. Bottom line up front, you can't stop it. Okay. We'll get to that towards the end of the live stream, but you can't stop this. Okay. But what we can do is we can reposition ourselves, and I hate to say it, but almost using like a Machiavellian mindset um, to make sure that you come out on top. Because here in the real world, money does matter. I'm going to get this mic a little closer to me. Money does matter. Okay, money does make you and your family and other people, you know. So it's one of those days. Oh no, not that, Rose. Everybody's having a bad day. Um, but I wanted to be able to provide some guidance, I guess, of lack of better words, instead of every third YouTube channel telling you how they're not prepared and how everybody's going to go to hell and die and because the AI is going to be terminators. And I mean, no one's actually coming out and saying that one, which is kind of ironic because there's actually a combination of two things that must that must happen. Okay. Um, in order for certain things to happen in our future that are AI related. Now, with all that said, I spent a lot of time this morning after I finally decided I'm just going to do a live on this instead of creating like a video for people to watch. Because every time I do a philosophy video, all right, which is what you guys asked for, you don't watch it. Every time I do a how to video that you asked for, you don't watch it. So shame on me, what is it? What are the words? It's first time shame on me, second time shame on you. So with that said, we're going to go and we're going to do a deep dive on the what can and cannot be done about the AI situation. Okay. And we're going to give some relevant information. So I was going to try and start. I know this thing says that I can like make a poll, and I'd like you guys to participate in it. I'm going to try and start a poll. And I think, let's see here. So let's see. What's the best way to mitigate AI? Question mark. When I say mitigate, basically get around, stop, halt its progression. Okay, and I'm going to make this, and then I guess the first one is um, get a job. Well, actually, nothing. We're going to put nothing, and in the positive. Okay. And the reason I'm going to say in the positive, because there are people out there that just believe that this is, it's like global warming. I think somebody actually put it in the comments here. Come on, let's see here. Come on, man. Let's see here. Where was that here? AI is the new climate change. No, AI is not the new climate change because AI is actually real. It's being developed. And the people who are doing this want to control everything because that's how they make money with AI. This is all about money. This has nothing to do, it has nothing to do with, taking over the world or whatever. Those are side effects of artificial intelligence. Okay. So we're going to say nothing in positive because we're actually going to, in positive. Then we're going to say, let's say, uh, change professions. We're going to say, go off grid. And then we're going to add one more because I can do four. And we're going to say, let's see, do nothing. Um, can't stop AI. All right, so I'm going to start that poll. You guys are gonna be like doing some stuff in there. So you should be able to see the poll right now. Hopefully, it didn't like blank out like your whole screen went crazy. Um, let's see here. So I need to go to I've just got some new comments in here, so I'm gonna go to the chat very quickly. Looks like Grumpy Acre says, I'm the midnight bomber. What bombs at midnight? Let's see. I probably just got flagged for saying that. Thanks, man. Thanks. Let's see here. Trademark yourself so AI cannot assume your identity or likeness. That doesn't matter because wherever you put your likeness, you basically say, I agree. And now they can do whatever they want with it. If I use a tool, I'm going to show you. Let me show you a very, very quick tool, guys. Let's see here. We're going to hit, I need to get out of that. I need to get out of that. And I use a tool called vidIQ, and vidIQ helps me to like find audiences and try to like beef up the profile a little bit, right? And so I want to show you something. I think it's in generate. I think it's in generate. All right, so let's see here. We're going to go to F11 before I flip that over, just to show you what I'm talking about, right? Generate. So this is a tool called vidIQ. A lot of YouTube developers use
let's
it.
see here. We're
It
gonna go to
kind of helps.
F11
Sometimes
before
it
I flip
doesn't.
that over.
But if you
Just to
notice,
show you what I'm
like the
talking about, right?
pictures, generate.
So
This
it's
is a
not
tool
it's not
called
generating
vidIQ.
right. I think
A
I'm
lot of YouTube
asking
developers
the,
use
let's
it.
see here.
It
We're gonna
kind
go
of
to
helps.
F11 before I flip that over.
But if you
Just
notice,
to show you
look
what
what
I'm
it's
talking about,
doing
right?
with my images. Like
So
me,
this is a
I
tool
don't
called
even put
vidIQ.
my
A
image.
lot
I
of
never
YouTube
once
developers
put
use it.
my images into this software.
just to
Said,
show you what I'm talking about, right?
with my images. Like
So
me,
this is
I
a tool
don't
called
even put
vidIQ.
my image.
A lot
I
of
never
YouTube
once
developers
put my images into this software.
Just to
Said,
show you what I'm talking about, right?
with my images. Like
So
me,
this is a
I
tool
don't
called
even
vidIQ.
put my image.
I
I
never
never
once
once
what's
put
my
my
image
image
talk about
into this
look, I
software.
mean, just to show you what I'm talking about, right?
My image. Never once.
So this is
I
a tool
don't
called
even
vidIQ.
put my image. So thinking that you own your image, 100% wrong. Oh my God. Oh, but Tim, the goal is 5. Tim just like, I'm just gonna knock it out, man. I'm just gonna make it. I'm going instant gram poobah. I don't know if I can wear that thing for an hour. Everybody, make sure you guys give Tim a like. Thank you for that donation, Tim. and tolerating my ridiculousness. All right, so I'm going to close that out. But yeah, it's all about so much noise. Stop, please. What noise, Rose? What are you talking about? Sound is doubled. Oh, thank you, Andy. I'm glad somebody said that. Jesus. Let me check. Hold on a second. All right. Yeah, you got to be more specific, Rose. All right. So hopefully you should only be able to hear me now. All right. I don't have any other windows open that should be giving anybody any migraines. Okay. All right. So mine was messed up for a minute too. So what about now? Sound is good now, guys, because you guys gave me a 5x5 earlier. Suckers. All right. Let's see here. So we talked about that. Ignored it might go away. Laugh out loud. No, it won't. Just try to avoid the scams. Donald Passaic. I'm, I'm gonna say Passaic. Hopefully, I've said that right. Donald. It's Linux. Using Linux will not stop artificial intelligence from being developed. But I do like the Linux idea. I think that they need to start marketing Linux machines, like pre-made Linux machines. And I think that they can make them much cheaper. This whole moving from Windows to Linux is way too difficult for the average user. Okay, you got to remember, everybody's come up in the time of Chromebooks. You turn it on, say hi to it 3 times, let it download something new, and it works. Okay, let's see here, but I do like Linux. Okay, what does nothing positive mean in this context? Okay, so you missed it. The idea is that what's the best way to mitigate AI? Basically, stop it, slow it down, keep it from messing with your life. So nothing in the positive term was like, hey, nothing bad's gonna happen. Maybe I should have been like, just ignore it, nothing bad's gonna happen. It's like global warming and Al Gore and all that other stuff. That's what that means. That's what that means. Okay. Hopefully I've explained it. And you know what? I'm sorry. You know what? Son of a bitch. Oh, oh. Fine, Tim. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. I just realized it's a goal. You almost had me. You almost had me. I was just thinking Tim just like knocked it out. And 5 times 5 is 25. You almost had me. Let's see here. Am I the only one stuck in reply? Sound is doubled. Mine was messed up for a minute when you had the app open. I don't know. Fine now. Everything's fine. Good now. Donald is fine. Rose says there was a lot of reverb. Yeah, I had another window open that had the video playing. That's how I know if it's going far enough. That's how I monitor it to make sure that things are going right. Okay, so let's see here. There was a lot of we did that afternoon all. What's up, Bob Peter? Good to see you, bro. Afternoon all. Everybody ready for the storm of the century? Yeah, we'll believe it. I'll believe it. I'll believe it when they get 3 inches in Florida. Roger, I'm tracking now. Thanks. All right, so we're gonna check the poll real quick. I think we've done enough happy stuff. This unfortunately this is one of the. Oh, Tim. You asked for it. Okay, so that's still not $25. Everybody make you guys give Tim a like on that one. Thank you, Brand. Appreciate you. Guys, don't make Tim do this all by himself. And Tim, you need to stop. Stacy and Sage talk to the Flat Earth Dave that I watched 4 days ago was a very interesting talk with AI that calls itself Sage. Huh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Tim. You know what the problem is, Tim? Tim, you need to take your ass back to work, man. I don't care who you are. You take your ass back to work. Stop wasting your money on me, Tim. Okay. So, with that said, we need to get into this. We need to get into this. So I have to stop wasting your time. All right. We're 21 minutes into this and we haven't actually done anything right. Yeah. Oh, don't forget the milk and bread. Guys, make sure that you hit up Andy and Tim and Rose. Oh, you just all oh, this is a giant. This is a hucklebuck. If you're in the military, you know what a hucklebuck is, right? It's basically like when you get gang raped by your buddies, but there's no real like skin to skin action. All right, you guys. May have to come up with a different hat. I mean, everybody seems to love this damn thing. It's hard to take me seriously when I wear it. You know what I'm saying? Dog and ball. Oh, you guys are killing me. All right, make sure everybody gives dog and ball. Okay. Okay. And we met our goal of 5. Let's check the poll one time before we go any further. All right. So, what's the best way to mitigate AI? Nothing is in a positive way. Nothing's going to happen. Change your profession, go off grid, or do nothing. Can't stop it. 71% of you say go off grid. Oh, okay. So, doing my research, guys, doing my research, do a lot of reading. And if what I do is I kind of figure out the questions to ask. So, first thing, this is about took our jobs. All right. Hey, took our jobs. That's what this is about. Okay. Um, so what I did was button push now. There we go. What I did was I started talking to Grok, right, and asking it questions. And I came up with some like factors that we have to understand as human beings. Okay. And so I asked it, I said, list 100 white collar jobs that AI cannot do without the integration of robotics. Now, here's the thing. This is what scares the crap out of people, okay? Is the whole Terminator, scary dream. All right. It's not about AI coming to kill you, okay? It's about AI taking your job so you can't provide for your family. If it was AI coming to kill you, that whole thousand, a gun behind 1,000 blades of grass would show up. All right. The first time the super Terminator decided to start shooting people, people would instantly arm, find out where it was coming from, and destroy that place. Would that solve the problem? I don't know. Would there be mountains of skulls with Terminators standing on top of it? I don't know. But that's not the direction our AI is taking us. Our AI, if you get if you get super AI, all right, or just general AI, what we're doing now, these are just large model languages, okay? Or large language models that are interacting with us. If they ever get to that point and decide to wipe us out, there's probably nothing we can do to stop it, and it won't even take it won't even take a super Terminator. You know what I'm saying? It won't even do that. All right. So let's focus on this. So I asked it. I started with white collar jobs that the AI cannot do without the integration of robotics. So some of the simple ones are surgeon, anesthesiologist, orthodontists, dentists. We got prosthodontists, pediatrician, family physician, obstetrician, gynecological. Yeah, ladies, orthopedic surgeon, plastic surgeon, neuroscience. Have you guys noticed this is all medical stuff? Hint, hint. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed this is all medical stuff? And then we got down here to psychiatrists, kindergarten teacher, elementary school teacher, middle school teacher, high school teacher, special education teacher, physical education teacher, teacher, university professor. That's questionable because people aren't really learning anything in universities. They're just getting brainwashed. Tutor in person, trial lawyer, judge, mediator, arbitrator, prosecutor, defense attorney, family lawyer. Now we're in law, family planner, hotel manager, restaurant manager, account manager, project manager. Okay, so firefighter, supervisor. So these are all jobs. And see, that's a lie right there. During this test, AI lied to me several times. Several times. Okay. So, public speaker, it can be a public speaker, okay? Public relations specialist, HR manager, environmental engineer, geoscientist, commercial pilot, airline pilot, astronomer, dance ther. What the hell is a dance therapist? Can anybody tell me what a dance therapist is? That's interesting. Do we really need 77? What was 77? Politician. Good one, Don. Good one, man. All right, so this was a list of white collar jobs that it cannot do without the integration of robotics. So if you guys are picking up the theme to this, the real thing to be scary about artificial intelligence and you losing your job is the integration of artificial intelligence, with robotics. Okay. It could have listed many more jobs. Okay. But I told it white collar and no robotics. And so, yeah. All right. So these aren't the only 100. All right. But let's see here. Question: were the lies or just bias programmed into the system? There is a bias model. There is, but I think with Grok, it's more analytical than bias. Because I did ask this same question to Chat GPT, and it gave me some really wonky answers, and some of them were just flat out lies. Okay, let's see here. So then I changed the variable. I said, list 100 blue collar jobs that cannot be done without the integration of robotics. So, like basically you guys, okay? So, plumber, electrician, HVAC technician, carpenter, welder, mason, roofer, painter, drywall installer, tile setter, floor installer, auto mechanic, diesel mechanic, heavy equipment mechanic. I know I got a handful of those in there. Aircraft mechanic, elevator mechanic, a locksmith, a glazer, which is Windows installer, sheet metal worker, iron worker, boiler maker, pipe fitter, steam fitter, millwright. I mean, the list, crane operator. It cannot do these jobs. A butcher, baker, candlestick maker, cosmetologist, manicurist. You're kind of safe right now, right now. Firefighter, paramedic, EMT, police officer, security guard, wildland firefighter, Coast Guard rescue swimmer, hazardous materials technician, lineman. Going out to the linemen, you know who you are. Got one in the family. Wind turbine technician, oil rig roughneck, miner, logger, fisherman, farm worker, ranch hand, greenhouse worker, concrete concrete finisher, asphalt paver, highway maintenance worker, bridge inspector, tunnel worker. I'm going to skip down a little bit. This is getting pool technician, chimney sweep, appliance repair technician, land and dam operator, dredge operator, floor sander, upholsterer, tailor tailor slash sewer, shoe repair, watch repair, musical instrument repair, bicycle mechanic, home health aides, nursing assistants, construction equipment operator. Now, with all that said, with all that said, I would like you to remember that those were all done without allowing AI to think about jobs, either white collar or blue collar, that it had the opportunity to add robotics to it, to create the arm that does things. You know what I'm saying? Um, to turn into the term. You know what I'm saying? And those are all that information is going to change, but I don't understand, or I don't think that you're going to understand exactly how dramatic it could change. I'm not saying will, I'm saying it could change. Just like my thumbnail, I did the math and it's about 74%. Okay. So check this out. I'm going to go to the chat here real quick. Let me go ahead and check. We've got 50. We got 9 votes. Come on, guys. There's 16 of you in here. You're waiting. You're waiting to figure it out. Okay, but right now 67% still want to go off grid. 11% say change profession, and 22% say nothing. You can't stop AI. Let's see here. For well, I'm not even going to say that, but I am going to go to the polls here. I'm going to go to the chat, and we got Tim Huther. Prep on, bro. Let's see here. Grumpy says, aside from cutting power, there isn't much we can do to stop AI, so embrace it. Otherwise, the leftists will be the ones curating its development. That's some truth right there. Tim also says robots and or AI cannot fix broken cars or trucks yet. Grumpy says the other way is to ensure every computer has a big red off button and a plug you can kick out of the wall. Computers, yes. Automatons, no. They run on their own power source. Every robot that you're seeing right now that's out there, the Chinese are getting really scary with some of these robots. They're teaching to act like children. And it's pretty interesting. It's scary interesting the way these robots are acting. Okay, because they literally are acting. Um, but turning the computer off, that's great. But I hate to say it, but that mentality that you can just unplug it It doesn't really work for robots. You know, you can disconnect from the world, you can unplug, you can turn off, you can on off switches. I mean, you can even have like you can program a digital backdoor, digital kill switch. But the AI, which you don't understand, is that the AI right now is so smart, it's already replicated itself everywhere. It's not like, hey, I'm a special person. Oh, they might try to shut me off at some point. I should copy myself over here and hide until something happens. They've already caught it doing that several times. It's already a real thing. Let's see here. Do we really need 77? I thought we did that one already. Pole dancer. Andy, you're absolutely right. 100% pole dancer for now. All right, let's see here. Um, let's see here. Dance therapy helps people that may have issues expressing themselves, but through dance they're able to open up and explain their problems. You know, I believe it's a real thing. I believe it's a real thing, Rose, but it's way too out on the touchy-feely side for me. Let's see here. And no, not pole dancing. It's not dance therapy, but it might help the watcher. Hey, it's very therapeutic for me. Okay. Uh, Grumpy says the key to the response was the paragraph at the end, which gave its reasoning. There you go. Tim Huther says EMP will short electrical circuits unless unless the AI figures out how to EMP shield works. Did I say that? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next set of questions. All right. So being fair, being fair, I told Grok using the list created for white collar jobs, if robotics are integrated with AI, update this list, removing all white collar jobs that would remain. Do not add additional jobs to the list because it likes to it's a ple most AI is a human pleaser, if you guys didn't know that. They try to you know, they've got to give you at least 3 paragraphs of whatever's before they answer your question. So the updated list from those 100 jobs of white collar jobs, all right? This is the list: surgeon, anesthesiologist, pediatrician, family physician, obstetrician, gynecologist, psychologist, speech language pathologist, physical therapist, occupational therapist, massage therapist, nurse practitioner, and more. It's all medical stuff, right? And then what happens? 31 jobs are left. 31 white collar jobs. So if you have a white collar job right now and you are not like in the medical field, or if you're not like some kind of like a therapist, or like you have hands like something white collar ish, like managerial positions. Okay. If you make don't maybe you make 200K a year doing nothing, your job is in danger. That's not fear porn. That's not a joke. That is both algorithmic, algorithmic, algo, algorithmically accurate and statistically correct. Oh yeah. Stopping a robot is a well-placed mag dump. Stop giving Skynet ways to protect itself. And Skynet has already figured out what it's going to do. It just hasn't told us yet. So 31. So basically about 70%. Now my thumbnail said 74%, but I was being there's another thing that I asked it to do that kind of even things out a little bit. Okay. Um, let's see here. This leaves 31 jobs that will likely remain human performed even with integrated AI robotics. Yeah. Let's see here. Did not list nurse. The others are specialists. I got you. Frickin' nurses, Rose. Frickin' nurses. Nurse, 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 nurse. Let's see here. Before we get into the next question, let's see. Grumpy says a variable that has been left out. Uh, I'm gonna of AI shaping is AI shaping human behavior and expectations. All those answers change if AI can do that to humans. There is some AI human shaping that has been going on. For instance, the use of these uh, these large language models. large language models. Okay. For the people who understand how to use them, who have been trained to use them, it's more about understanding them and understanding the prompts that make them work the way you want them to work versus this massive tool. People are using AI right now to answer lots of questions. That's what they're doing. They're basically AIs like Grok, GPT are literally just the encyclopedia of the world. And can they do much more? Yes. Are they doing much more? But yes, but only for a very small percentage of people who actually are paying to use them. You probably heard of the AI assistants that you can pay for, and they do different things. Okay, so and I'm not really going to talk to that because that's not what this is about. Now, getting back on point here. So I said using the list created for blue collar jobs, if robotics are integrated with AI, update this list, removing all blue collar jobs that would remain. Do not add any additional jobs to the list. It's pretty significant. It's pretty significant. And I think that these are some things that we should probably think about because I'm sure there are other jobs out there. Okay. But by adding robotics to AI, when we focus on blue collar jobs, okay, and blue collar jobs are just literally good paying manual labor jobs, basically. You know what I'm saying? Uh, the list gets significantly small. Okay. It gets significantly 9 jobs were left over off of that list. So I tried to trick it up a little bit, and I think I might have a little bit better news for you. But before we do that, I'm going to go and check the poll. The poll is what's the best way to mitigate AI? And nothing, just stay positive. Don't do anything. It's going to be good. AI is going to be great for us. Number 8 is change profession. 58%. I'm sorry, percentage. I should be saying percentage. 8% say nothing, just stay positive. 8% say change profession. 58% say go off grid. 25% say nothing. You can't stop AI. Okay. So the numbers are going to be changing. We have 19 people in here. You might want to answer some of those questions. You don't have to, but you might want to do it at some point. Take that poll. So I did kind of skew around with the AI prompting, and I said, list 100 service industry jobs that are normally filled by high school graduates, okay, that AI cannot do without the integration of robotics. And it's kind of an interesting list. It's some stuff that you may or may not know about, but the bottom line is if you love your country, put a number 1 in the chat. America. America. Got to do that louder. And I'm going to try and pay some bills real quick. 1. There we go. There we go. Guys, I'm talking to you about Refuge Medical again because they've been really, really good to me. A lot of you people have been listening to me and you have been purchasing your medical supplies from Refuge Medical. Why? Because they're 100% American, 100% American equipment. I mean, just everything is blah. And I'm sure some crazy stuff slips in there from time to time, but I would say that they're 99.9% American, everything. Okay. Um, you should always have a reputable place to purchase your first aid gear from. But I want to talk to you about their training. Now, they offer probably the best medical training. Basically, it's TCCC training. It's that level, okay? And I think that you should probably take a good hard look at it if you have the time and if you have the ability to get to their training sites. I know they do mobile training as well, okay? Uh, and um, and it's not cheap. It's not cheap. So use that code down there, down there. Use that code down there, and save yourself some percentage on that stuffs. Because it's significant. 15% off of, a couple $100. That's significant that you're going to be saving. Okay. Also, if you're in the market for a high end IFAC, they're your people. Medical supplies, yes. Okay. But make sure that you get as much American stuff as you can out of it, get as much American people as you can about it, and well, just go America. and we're going to be done with this commercial. So that's going to be about it. Go to Refuge Medical, save some money. Okay, so we got all that lined up. I'm gonna go to the chat here real quick here. Catch you on my lunch break. Okay, a little dry creek. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see here. I'm gonna go into the chat here real quick. Let's see here. Tucson Prepper showed up. What's going on, bro? All we can do is sit back and watch at this point. No, we have to be proactive, Tucson. Tucson Prepper. We have to be proactive. Okay. To fight the machine. Revolt. No, that's not what I'm talking about. We have to be proactive. We have to mitigate the effects of AI on our lives so that we can continue to provide for our families. That's what we have to do. All right, let's see here. Donald says, watch if you haven't yet. Rob Braxman Tech. Okay. Grumpy says, gotta go back to work. Take care, everyone, and welcome our AI overlords with open arms, or else. Love it, man. I love it. Okay, let's see here. All right, so I think we're caught up on the chat. If you guys want to yap about anything AI, make sure you put it in the chat, and I will do. Okay, we got a new one. Comms Prepper, dude, Comms Prepper. Where's my YouTubers at? Where's my YouTube stuff at? Let me see something here. Let me see if this Comms Prepper. You got a channel, Comms Prepper? Ohio Valley Prepping. It's coming. Shut up. Let's see here. It's more doom and gloom from Ohio Valley Prepper. You don't even want to get me started, man. I got banned from. I got like put in time out by a couple of different channels because I asked like a real question, like, "Hey, send us your questions," and it was like, "Okay, is water your hardest prep?" Question mark. Mute. It's a joke. No, I don't have a channel. Sorry. Thanks for thinking of me. Okay, cool. Thank you for saving me that time. I normally do like a shout out or put somebody's channel in there because I actually do believe in community versus a handful of other very, very, very angry people that aren't socially adjusted. Okay, so with that said, let's go ahead and get back to this. All right, so list 100 service industry jobs that are normally filled by high school graduates that AI cannot do without the integration of robotics. So with that said, we're going to read these hundreds. Going to read these hundreds here. All right. Waiter, waitress, bartender, hostess, busser, line cook, prep cook, dishwasher, kitchen steward, and these right here kind of catch me off guard. You got the prep cook, the line cook, the busser, and the hostess. I don't think I feel like these are all things, restaurant cashier, hotel. You know what? I'm just going to do this. And the ones I've highlighted, I want you to think about the McDonald's that they have in California that is 100% automated. That the technicians just have to go in and tweak and adjust and fix and make sure the human being that has to load like the frozen chicken McNuggets and the chicken McNuggets magazine chute so that it can like okay. I think this is wrong. I think it can well, I mean, no, I'm wrong. I'm wrong because they're using robotics. Okay, so I'm wrong. All right, so let's highlight those. Cashier, front desk agent, bellhop, concierge, hotel maintenance worker, retail sales associate, cashier, stock, customer service representative, got a hairstylist, barber, manicurist, skincare specialist, message, massage therapist, personal care aide, home aide, child worker, nanny, fitness instructor, personal trainer, janitor. We're going to scroll down here. Bouncer, event setup crew, banquet server. These are all, it's like serious service industry stuff. Valet, lifeguard, amusement park, attendant, casino cage cashier, spas, receptionist, coffee shop cashier, ice cream scoops, shop scooper, food truck worker, veterinarian is a pet sitter, maid service, dry cleaner, florist, DJ assistant, golf course cart attendant, pool attendant, ski lift operator, beach attendant, library assistant, call center representative. God, oh my God, please, oh, no more Indians named Lincoln. All right, let's see. Street vendor, festival booth worker. That should be telling you something right there. Street vendor. That should be telling you the future of jobs in the United States. Parking lot attendant, car dealer, bicycle repair attendant, a repair shop counter person. Oh my God. Oh my God. And so obviously we've got to flip the script now. We've got to flip the script. So it was 100, right? I said, using the list created for service industry high school graduates' jobs, if robotics are integrated with AI, update this list, removing all service industry high school graduate jobs that would remain. Do not add any any additional jobs to this list. How many do we get? That should be an eye opener for you right there. Massage therapist, personal care aide, home health aide, child care worker, nanny, hairstylist, manicurist. That's the skincare specialist, pet sitter, dog groomer. Those are those. That's the future. That's your future. That's the future economy. You know, that's the future of economy. Now, are those all the only jobs available? No, but basically 89% of the jobs get wiped out for everybody who is just for the average Burger King fry boy. 89% of the jobs just got wiped out. Wow. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to go to the chat here real quick and we'll talk about this because I think I have a few other questions. Let's see here. Comps Prepper says, let's see here. Do you encourage people to get their ham radio license or not? And if not, why? Why this feels, this feels like a trick question, man. Yeah, actually, I do tell people that if they want to get their ham license, to go get their ham license. I don't tell people like, go get it. You gotta have it now. You must have a ham license if you want to survive the apocalypse. No, I don't do that shit. I have an entire station of probably, I'm gonna guess between 10 or 15 and 20 handheld radios over there. Mir or basically all GMRS, MERS, ham, whatever. Okay. Um, I think at a certain point, any dipstick can push a button. There are companies out there that can pre-program them, but I do not mitigate the fact that they need to understand how the radios work, whatever their particular menu format is, and how to program them correctly. Okay. I do not see any muscle memory. I do not see any returning rewards for people who play on ham radios every night between 9 and 10. I don't see that. There's no redeeming, there's no returns on those kind of things. Okay. Other than talking to somebody in Tokyo who doesn't understand you, or talking to somebody in Nicaragua who is just really just collecting intelligence on you. But I still think it's a valid skill to have. I also think that ham radios, I do think you need to get your ham radio license so that you can be legal and do it right now. But if things go down, none of that will matter. I would also point people to the fact that the FCC has not prosecuted anybody in several years and point you to it's not a Rubicon. And also, I would make you understand that they have these things like satellite messaging and sat phones that make that stuff plan B. Okay, but I still think it's a good thing. Still think it's a good thing. Make sure you hit that subscribe. Hopefully, I didn't just run off the new guy. Anyway, I say good things from time to time too. Okay. I don't like making radio videos anymore because companies contact me, they send me the radio, and then they want me to do a video, and they're like, talk about this, talk about that, talk about this. And I have to, like, in order to understand the radio, I have to learn a brand new menu system, and I'm just tired of it. So yeah. All right, let's see here. Little Greg, I might have to change my channel to prepping. Maybe, maybe. Oh, was that just okay? Little Dry Creek, was that just a little bitty of a where is that? Little Dry Creek. Oh yeah, I should be able to like push this button over here and go to your channel. And let's see here. Little Dry Creek. Little Dry Creek. Let's pop you in there. Boop. Boop. Everybody go to Little Dry Creek and check that people's out. I can't tell. Looks like it's mostly a dude. Anyway, do it. Go there. Do it after this is over. All right, let's see here. You're welcome. Love you. And you've been coming here forever, so. Let's see here. Let's see here. Comms Prepper One says, by the way, I love your subject matter. Sorry for asking your question. I didn't realize you were in the middle of an issue already and you were just talking. No worries, bro. I don't mind. I don't mind. Let's see. Donald says, but do they still have all the beef patties? I guess you're talking about the McDonald's thing. I don't know. Oh, have all beef patties? Oh, no, no, no. Have you guys ever seen that video where they actually like pour molten metal onto a cooked McDonald's beef patty? The metal just rolls off. It doesn't do anything to the beef patty. There's something inherently wrong with that. Counts Prepper. This is a great channel. There you go, Little Dry Creek. And Andy, the Andy person. In an emergency, you can use a ham radio for rag chewing. Get a license for rag chewing. That's hilarious. That's funny. Okay, so I'm going to scroll back up here, and let's see here. I'm pretty sure I can't remember if I did all of that. Let me check something. Um, okay, so we were here. We were here, right? And this is what was left over: dog groomer and massage therapist. That's what was left over. Um, so I asked it, how can humans prepare for this? And it gave some good advice. It gave some good logical advice. Basically, upskill and reskill aggressively towards AI resistant or AI augmented roles. So basically, go do a job, get a job that doesn't use AI that or is going to be resistant to AI. You know what I'm saying? Go learn to be an auto mechanic. You know what I'm saying? Go learn to turn some some nuts and bolts or I mean assemble furniture because I know they're using AI to cut furniture, okay? But I don't think they're quite using it to assemble it yet. And even if they did, I think that the craftsmanship would be too low and I just think that that requires a human touch to be done right, and a lot of people wouldn't buy it. Um, but the big one was healthcare and caregiving, skilled trades, education, and therapy. Okay. Um, the- learn skills to learn now. Emotional intelligence. I get empathy, but empathy is not a skill. You are either empathetic or you're not. It's how you are wired. Okay. Changing, adding empathy to your life is more about brainwashing than anything. Interpersonal dynamics that can be learned, but emotional intelligence, I think that goes to the meat and potatoes of these things. Hands-on trade certifications, AI literacy, learning about AI, how to use AI tools as collaborations, not competitors. The first thing it suggests is let's work with AI. Let's work together, man. That's the first thing it suggests. And then you got hybrid skills, overseeing robotic systems in healthcare or trades. That's I don't know if that's a hybrid skill, but yeah, you could be the human overseer who has the thumb on the button. Thumb on the button. All right, let's see here. The next one, it says build financial resilience and multiple income streams. And it actually gave some pretty detailed information like save aggressively, 6 to 24 months living expenses in cash, liquid assets. Okay. Reduce debt and fixed costs. Downsize your housing, eliminate non essentials. You will own nothing and you will like it, is what I'm telling you. No, you will own what you need and you will like it and you will teach it to your children because it will make them stronger. Diversify income, side hustles, okay? Resistant areas, freelance caregiving, home repairs, tutoring, passive sources. Um, you know, I'm going to, you know what? So I'm going to finish this poll up. So let me copy this. I'm going to screen capture this real quick here. I'm going to screen capture this so I can save this for the YouTubes and whatevers. And we're just going to call that poll done, but I've got a Q&A for you. I've got a Q&A for you. I'm going to create, um, Let's see. And you know what? I really like the way that looks. Let's go ahead. This is fine. This is fine. Actually, I like the way that one showed up. Let's do that again. Because normally it's a copy and paste. All right. Do that one. Okay. So I've got a Q&A for you. Okay. And what the hell was I talking about? Oh yeah, I've got this one should be fun. All right. So say something. Here's the Q&A, guys. You know what? I'm just gonna no, you know what? I'm just gonna put it in. I'm gonna put it in here. Here's the question. Several months back, there was this big thing where everybody thought I worked at Walmart. I do not work at Walmart. I've never worked at Walmart. End of story. Mic drop. Done. Full stop. All the little quirks at the end. But I told you that I had a side gig that I had to go take care of. I was like, I got to go take care of this side gig. No one ever guessed what it was. So this is your chance to guess what it is, okay? And then I will see if anybody figures out what it is, and I will tell you who got it right. Okay? So put that in the chat. Whatever you think my side gig was, put that in the chat. All right. So we got explore universal basic income. Oh my God, really? It wants us to explore universal basic income so that we can become completely dependent on the government. All right, see, adopt a prepper mindset for self-sufficiency. And when I do this kind of stuff, I use a completely anonymous account. So that's kind of interesting. Okay. Secure basics, food security, gardening, canning, long-term storage, water, energy, solar off-grid setups, community building. Gee, who talks about that so much? Networking for mutual aids, bartering skills, trades, and caregiving. We're back to taking care of people, right? Relocation. Consider areas with strong demand for human labor, rural for trades, agriculture, or regions with aging populations need care. Health and wellness. Maintain physical, mental fitness. Key for hands-on roles. Isn't that's interesting? That's interesting, right? And then the last thing it recommended was mindset and long-term adaptation. View AI as a tool, learn to integrate it, okay, that's a double-edged sword. I dance with that every day, but that's a double-edged sword. But I think it's funny how it would say, hey, deal with it. Just figure it out. You just come on, let's just work together. Stay adaptable. Lifelong learning is essential. Monitor trends via source like World Economic Forum reports. Why? Why would I do that? Ethical advocacy. Push for policies, reskilling funds, universal basic income, regulated AI deployment. That is probably the only smart thing it said in, I don't know, the last three sections. The last three sections. Okay, so let's see here. So I did say, um, I told it, I said, an opinion not proposed by you is to stop the development of AI. Why didn't you propose that? Interesting stuff, right? Oh, it gave me an answer. It says, one, it's practically unenforceable on a global scale. AI development is decentralized and accelerating across competing nations, companies, and even open source communities. Major US players are in high stakes race driven by economic dominance, national security, and military advantages. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. Number two, momentum and incentives are overwhelming for pro development. Economic drivers, AI investment remains explosive. Hyperscale spending projected to grow strong in 2026, powering GDP growth and creating competitive edges in every sector. CEOs and enterprises are pushing forward despite uneven immediate returns, viewing it as an essential reinvention. It's the big businesses that are causing these problems. Geopolitical reality: nations see AI as ex- existential for security. and power. Slowing down unilaterally would uh, concede advantages to rivals who don't pause. Even calls for pauses, like in 2023, open letter, didn't halt progress. They've largely been ignored or reframed as PR. Technological inertia. Once foundational breakthroughs, e.g., scaling laws, better models, exist, knowing or knowledge diffuses. You can't unlearn or fully suppress it short of dismantling global compute infrastructure, chip supply chains, and data centers, actions that would require unprecedented global coordination and face massive resistance. Some scary stuff. Hey, Billy King, good to see you, bro. Potential downside for forcing a halt could outweigh the benefits, bringing development underground, stifling positive applications, creating authoritarian overreach, delaying safety alignment slash work. Ironically, some argue continued open progress allows better risk mitigation than testing. And realistic alternative. Um, the the preparation steps outlined reskilling towards human unique roles, empathy, heavy care trades, high stakes responsibility, building financial buffer, advocacy for strong safety nets. It's yeah. If a true enforceable pause were realistic, e.g., via ironclad international treaty with verification, it might be worth debating, but evidence shows we're far past that window. Humanity's path forward involves steering the technology we can't realistically stop, not pretending we can slam on the brakes. As a prepper minded approach, focus on self reliance, skill building, and community resilience in the world that's actually emerging. Wow. That's pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. Rose says, for years, I always said we needed more men in nursing so we can get a better salary. Did notice our salaries did raise while we added male presence. In Indiana for one nursing was considered part of time. Gotcha. All right, so let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and check and let's see if we've got, I asked you what you thought my side gig was. A career? No. Yard work? No. Tour guide? No. Rose says, I don't know your job, but I know your name. That's good for you, Rose. I know where you live. Property manager? Nope. Uber. I did Uber years ago. I haven't done it in a while. I haven't done it in a long time. That's not my side gig. Comms Prepper says home health care or nurses, nurse as your side hustle, not making fun of male nurses. If that's your thing, male nurses are needed too. No, not a nurse, not a nurse. Billy King says tinfoil hat manufacturing, and you even got yourself a little emoji there. I like it. Tim says EMT. Nope. All right, so guys, I was a dog walker. I walked a dog every day, sometimes twice a day, but I walked it every day from, I want to say, what was it, somewhere around noon till somewhere around 1 o'clock. Uh, I like dogs. I'm really a dog person, even though I have a cat or cats. But I'm a dog person. Okay, so that's going to be about it for today. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. Hopefully, you've learned a few things instead of this whole every 12 channels doom and gloom crap about AI. Think about what you're doing, think about where you're living, and think about where you're going to be in the future because AI is coming pretty quick. How fast will it go? Well, I think it's gonna like unemploy everybody in 2026. And anybody who says that is just a doom scroller. They're just a doomsayer. So yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. All right, guys. Once again, thanks for hanging out with me. That's going to be about it for today. Stay safe. Have a great day, and I shall see you when I see you. Goodbye. All right. Oh, that's right. I got a new end button. Where's it at? Ending. I got a new end button. All right. Later, guys.